Well, what I'm about to tell you here happened quite a while ago when I was even younger than I am now. What's so funny about that? The things my good friend Linda Cooper and her family had asked if I would stay at their house for 2 or 3 days while they went out of town for the 4th of July. I was thrilled with the idea because I'm the oldest of 6 kids and we all live together in a tiny house. So the idea of having a whole house to myself for a few days seemed like heaven on earth. Little did I know. Well, when the day came that the Coopers were going to leave town, my parents dropped me off at their house because we didn't live in the same town. So they dropped me off because I didn't have my own car. Well, Linda told me and showed me a few things I needed to know to be there on my own for a few days. But the main thing really was to take care of Duke, their old dog. He was getting up in years. I had known Duke all his life. I liked him and he liked me, so I didn't mind that at all. Then the Coopers went on their merry way in their new car, and they left the key to their old car with me in case I wanted to go somewhere. Well, the first day I didn't really do much of anything special, just kind of poked around the house, did some snacking, watched whatever I wanted on TV for a change, and went to bed a little bit early. I slept pretty good. When I woke up the next morning, something just wasn't quite right, but I wasn't sure what it was. Went to the bathroom to pee, and then I put my finger on it. The electricity was out. We didn't have any electricity. Yeah. Well, I went out to the kitchen to see how things were going out there. Everything seemed fine. Duke was right where I left him. Such a good old dog. He was exactly where I left him. For he had, shall we say, expired under life. Yes, he was a dead Duke. Well, this wasn't what I had planned on at all. One of the things that Linda had showed me before she left was a card up on the fridge from a pet crematorium in a nearby town. And she said, just in case anything happens in the few days we're going to be gone, which it surely won't, but just in case, give them a call and we made all the arrangements. So that's what you need to do. Well, I needed them now, just in case, but I knew they weren't going to be open today. It was the 4th of July. I went ahead and called anyway in case I was wrong, but I was right. There was a really nice message on the phone. Happy 4th of July. Sorry, we can't help you right now, but call us back tomorrow and we'll help you then. Well, I was hoping I was wrong, but I was right. Yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. What am I going to do? I'm stuck with this, saying at least until tomorrow. So I threw a blanket over Duke, so at least I wouldn't have to see him there looking that way the whole day. And I thought, well, what the heck? I'll just go on into town and see how things look down there. Main Street was only about 4 blocks away. So I walked down there, and unfortunately, downtown was down too. No electricity there either. But I watched their little parade and I stayed for the fireworks. And really, it wasn't such a bad day. I had a pretty good time. Pretty good day. Well, except for the dead dog thing. and no electricity while we're at it. Well, when I got back to the house after spending the better part of the day in town, man, it stunk. A dead dog and a hot July day is not a good situation. I don't know if you ever tried it, but don't try this at home. I'm not lying. Don't do it. So, well, I really wanted to get him out of the house at least. But the thought of picking this stinky dead dog up in my arms and carrying outside was just too much. But then I remembered I had seen a big old suitcase back in the bedroom, so I brought that out. And now Duke wasn't a real big dog, but he was pretty good size. I would say, 30, 40 pounds, something like that, big enough. But I was able to get him kind of rolled into that suitcase, but then I couldn't get it to close. It seemed that not only was he stinking, but in this heat, yeah, I started puffing up a little bit, and the suitcase just would not close. I finally got it closed in by sitting on it, but not until after I heard kind of a little bit of good old decomp gas escaping. Good time. So I got the suitcase out of the house. I went back and I mopped the kitchen floor real good with spick and span, sprayed it down with Lysol, went out and sprayed that suitcase real heavy with Lysol. And I was done. I had it. I just went to bed. I didn't sleep quite so good that night. I guess I had some things on my mind. I woke up the next morning, the electricity was still out, still hotter than the 4th of July in that house, even though by now it's the 5th of July. Didn't help any. So as soon as the card on the fridge said that this crematorium was going to be open, I called right away. And they were very nice. They said, oh, just bring your pet down here and we'll take care of it. It's all been arranged. So I got that suitcase. Well, first I went and sprayed it down with Lysol again. And I got up into the backseat of the car, got the windows down, went back to the house, got my purse and the car key, went out and started up the car. Except it didn't start. I turned the key and nothing. Oh, great. Now I've got a dead dog and a dead car. I didn't know anything about cars at all. I didn't know anybody in that town to ask for help. I did know that my parents had gone to the lake that day, so I couldn't get a hold of them to help me. What to do? What to do? Oh, then I remember when I was on Main Street yesterday, I'd seen a little bus station down there. So it was only 4 blocks away. I ran down there to check the schedule, and there was a bus going to be there in 20 minutes, and they were going to Ridgeway, the town where the pet crematorium was at. So I ran back to the car, that darn dumb dead car and that stupid stinky dead dog. I grabbed the suitcase and now I've always been pretty strong, but lugging that thing on that hot day, trying to get to the bus station before the bus did, it just about did me in. Now I had convinced myself that this thing smelled more like Lysol than it did a cadaver. And I was probably wrong, but by then all I really cared about was getting rid of this thing and doing right by Linda and her family. So I got to the bus stop about 2 minutes before the bus did. When the door to the bus opened, I was still panting and sweating. Went to get in the bus, and I heard a man's voice right behind me. Says, oh, miss, it looks like you're having kind of a hard time there. Here, let me help you. And he took hold of my suitcase. Well, that's good, because I let both my hands free to pay the bus fare. I paid the bus fare and turned around to get my suitcase back. And it was gone. The man was gone. He was all gone. Unbelievable. I jumped out of the bus and looked up and down the street, couldn't see him anywhere. How could anybody do something like this to a poor young girl who's obviously having a hard enough time anyway? She was deplorable. He's despicable. I got to thinking, you know what? He actually got just what he deserved. He's risking prison time, and all he got was a stinky, dead, puffed up, old dog. Just what he deserved. I was getting what I deserved too. The Coopers felt so bad about what I had gone through, they gave me that old car with a brand new battery. Duke, he was a good dog, a very good dog was he. Now he's just a dead dog, as dead as he can be. Dead dog in a suitcase, took him away from me. Now we've lost him forever. How unlucky can one poor girl be? Gone away, gone away, gone away. Now he's gone, now he's gone, now he's gone.